Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
We are live from the Taj Mahal of football, the headquarters of your Dallas Cowboys, and this is the Players Lounge, sponsored by Aristocrat Gaming. You know what you're doing. You're rocking with the best. I'm Hek'ma Harrison, and the players.
Yeah, throw them in there.
And the players in the building is former safety of the Dallas Cowboys, Barry Church, is in the place to be.
Truly.
And double dipping.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, always.
Come on, brother. I don't turn down none but my collar.
Hey, let me get some ranch. Matter of fact, let me get the honey mustard.
Double dipping today.
Barbecue. Hey, I'm mad at it, though.
It's my man. Probably he had some visions last Sunday night. He's like, well, that used to be your boy out there.
Hey, they could have used me on that go route.
I bet they could. My man Jessie.
That is facts.
Boy,
we're going to talk about that because,
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
They probably could have used you a cover and Kittle. I'm just saying.
That's facts. We definitely getting into that.
Jessie Holley is in the building. And
exposure. That's the word of the day.
Let's get that.
Exposure. That's what we're going to talk about.
The word of the day is
two former players that's really probably used.
Is exposure by Barry Church.
Exposure.
My man Newy Scruggs is making his way back from the Bay Area. Probably had him a, you know what I'm saying?
That is not cigarettes.
No sound bites. No sound bites coming from. But you know what? We did actually have a sound bite from Newy Scruggs, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But before we do anything, what we're going to do is we're going to check in. We're going to handle our business. That's what we always do. And we check in as brothers just on each other. And I'm going to start with you, Jessie, man. Check your mentals, baby. How you doing?
I'm a little tired.
You're a little tired?
Yeah, I was up late.
What's that all about?
You know, I got the pre-halftime and post-game show. I'm out on location. I'm way down in Deep Ellum, so I didn't get done to that about 11:30, 12. I got to drive home. And you know how it is. Like, we've all been covering games late at night, and then you try to get home, and it just takes a minute for your whole.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's tough.
You can't.
You just up. You just up. And for me, the body clock say, hey, you getting up at 4:30 whether you want to or not, bro. That's what time we get up. That's what time the body get up for me.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, I'm gonna let you get you to 5:05, but you getting up.
But you're getting up,
35
Yeah, and so I'm a little tired.
But you're here.
But I'm here. I'm here to give you what you need, give you what you want.
Okay. Barry, what's up with you?
I'm doing good. Mentals is good. Family good. Actually did a little bit of lawn maintenance today. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Believe it or not, I
you
did
your
a little.
own lawn?
Okay.
Not really, but today, I stepped out there today. I stepped out there today. Got some lawn maintenance done.
You went and pointed?
Yeah, that's where you. No.
Hey, I need y'all to right here.
Man, just
And this spot right here.
With this? Like, what do you mean you did some? Come on, man.
I sprayed some weeds. You know what I mean? I sprayed some weeds. I ain't cutting no grass. I'll tell you, I ain't cutting no grass. I ain't doing none of that. But I sprayed some weeds. I felt good about that. You know what I mean? I felt like neighbors over there. What's up, man? What's going on? You know what I mean? It was a good day.
Barry,
You felt like a man.
Felt like I was doing something.
Yeah,
doing something. You know what I mean?
Barry, you know what, man? The vision that I have of you out there spraying weeds. First of all, it was probably 3 weeds out there.
Yeah, it was probably about 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, right.
It was ugly. It was ugly. The lot is manicured.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, this is an eyesore. So
Yeah.
I just,
He's trying to win that guard. That lawn of the week, lawn of the month,
But
and the HOA.
HOA, we all know what that's about. Man, look,
You cut grass though? You cut grass?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I pay somebody to do that.
Hold on. So you gonna sit there and be like, that be your own
Every time.
Every time.
Like,
I pay somebody. Man, ain't that some... Anyway,
Every
go
time,
ahead, man.
man.
How your mentals doing?
And we're good. We're good. Life is amazing. Look, the kid had 3 catches this weekend.
Let's go, Playboy.
So, come on, man. Baby steps.
Okay.
So we feeling good about that. But man, I was talking sound bites, and one Nui Scruggs just happened to be in the right place with his phone up, and he caught what was probably a moment that is going to continue to go viral throughout the week as we look for someone to point our fingers at. But it was the exchange between Trayvon Diggs and Mike Leslie from WFAA. And I want to know from you guys as former players, because you've had to interact with the media, have you ever had a said encounter like that immediately after a game where obviously you go to your phone, you see something that that happened during the game, and you still do? I guess we would have a visual of you guys already out there coming out to a reporter
jumping out the cake
in your pads, but still in your pads. BC, I just want to start with you. I really need to know your thoughts on this, because I think it's one of those, perception isn't always reality, but sometimes perception is reality, and you got to tell me what you saw.
Yes, as a former player, me personally, I've never, had to deal with those type of situations. I understand that, people are going to have their criticisms of the game and how it goes. And there was times when I'm frustrated as heck, but I never once, felt like the need to go and attack a reporter or go say whatever I need to say to a reporter. They may come over there and my answers may be short. Whenever they want to talk to me, I may be short with them. But, I'm not, the game's over. I'm frustrated. We lost in a way that we didn't, think was going to happen. Well, at least I didn't think it was going to happen. And, the thing is that was funny was, my man's came out the locker room.
Out the locker.
Like you're not sitting in your locker and the media is coming over to you, talking to you, and you just like, what, I'm tired of this. The man went outside the locker room, fully dressed still, pads, number 7 on, everything, strapped up, and had this conversation with my mans over there. So that's just something I wouldn't have done personally. I understand, Diggs is a different man, he's his own man, and he was probably frustrated about, what happened out there. But to me personally, I wouldn't have went that route. The frustrations are from the game enough, and I'd have just got undressed and got on the bus and got ready to get up out of there.
Jesse, it's the optics on this is really bad. Okay,
extremely bad.
The optics are bad, and no matter how you try and play it up or play it down, I think we all can agree as men. Period.
Yeah.
Frustration starts to boil over, and look, maybe we don't have PR guys that are pulling you back and telling you, oh, that's not the move, or somebody,
And we played with guys. We played with guys that are fiery like
somebody.
Fix that, Rich. Chris Beam.
How about y'all fix this, Rich?
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you being on top of things, there, Chris.
Man, get this guy a raise, man.
On Hanging with the Boys, Chris gave us some information, and kind of a little bit of a backstory to that. Earlier in that day, Trayvon Diggs' brother, Stephon Diggs, had went down with an injury. So after the game is over, he goes back into his locker and is looking at his phone, trying to get an update on potentially what happened to his brother. Now, I don't know whether he was... I don't know. Did he search his name? They say no. Did someone send it to him? How did he see it? Because he wasn't tagged in the tweet, right? But there could be other fans that are fans of his that then quote tweeted it and sent it to him, whatever, but he checked it. He was wrong for coming out of the locker room to address it. But I laughed because, and this, it's the frustration that's built up over time. And Trayvon is probably like, hey, dog, the one time I actually do what the hell I'm supposed to be doing,
y'all gonna call me out.
You gonna call me out? So when you hear him say, is that what you got from that play? Because that ain't his responsibility.
At all.
Like, he's actually trailing, trying to prevent the cutback. So he guarded his guy already.
Yeah.
His guy was locked down. And then he spun back and started he's like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, this ain't even who y'all should be talking about is the other single digit that was supposed to be guard number 80. That was supposed to be guard number 85 that run up and down the sideline now. And so I think that was the frustration for him was y'all and now granted, he is caused the level of things to be talked about with his inability to want to tackle, to put his nose in on tackle, to turn down tackles, and frankly the way he's played. But he's probably like, all right, damn, dog. The one time I do something right,
y'all gonna say something.
You're gonna say, and that's why he was like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Right. But again, that whole situation could have been handled differently. Is he wait till Mike Leslie comes in the locker room?
Exactly.
When he comes by his locker, or he goes over him like, "Hey, let me talk to you for a second, dog." Pull him to the side, and you could undress him in that type of situation. Pull him to the side, but when you walk out of the locker room, still fully padded, with your phone in your hand, this is you're walking out to media.
Yeah.
Everybody's waiting for the rope to be dropped so that they can go inside the locker room. Everyone's going to have their phones out. And you went out there and you made a viral moment for yourself that you're going to have to answer that. Whenever your media time comes up, you're going to have to answer that. Your teammates are going to have to answer it. On the local radio today, they asked Stephen Jones during his time. Guess who they're going to ask tomorrow? Jerry Jones. Yeah. They're going to ask him tomorrow. They're going to ask Dak when he goes his availability. They're going to ask CD when he goes to his availability. They're going to ask all the guys. So now you've created a conversation in the locker room that becomes a distraction.
Right.
These are the little things that come about, and it doesn't. Now the national media is looking at this, and they're piling on. Look at the Cowboys. They got rabbit ears. They're sensitive.
That's where I want to go. That's what you're talking about right now is from the outside of this building in, the perception and what people are starting to write is soft. You have people using those words. And as former players and guys that know the game well, it's hard to call a man that does what these guys do soft. But sometimes it's ish. Can we put ish?
Yeah, soft-ish.
Ish on there. And when you do stuff like that, do you not validate that statement because you look soft?
I don't know if you validate it. I know that you don't put the flame out.
It grows from there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Like, you ain't beating the allegations. You're helping the allegations. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're throwing a little bit more kerosene on the allegations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you.
And to say you can't do what I do, you don't know ball, is like, no, Sherlock. Of course, like, let's state the obvious, bro. Of course, nobody. What are you talking about?
Right.
And I think, and I'm learning this. I'm learning this media stuff, guys. I'm getting kind of good at it, right? So these news guys, we work with a news guy.
Yeah. They relish that.
They relish that.
Go. Say some more. We can talk about this. We can talk about this.
Why? And you as players, you guys know this, dog. Y'all, whether you're media trained or not, you know that these news guys, they eat this moment up. Why are you alley-ooping this moment?
Especially if I'm in Diggs' situation, man. You bagged up. You ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Like you secure in what you got. I'm looking at that, man, whatever, dog. You know, last week. But see, we've been around cats that are different.
It's different.
Each man is different. I'd have been like, oh yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, I'm caked up. I'm good. I got what I'm securing what I got going on. You know, it's whatever. But different guys are, sensitive to certain things. Like a trigger word for me might be different from what a trigger word for, Trayvon Diggs might be. And obviously, whatever Leslie said or did or posted got underneath that man's skin.
That man said, D's.
I almost lost it with that one. That threw me back.
There are some moments that happen in sports media over the last couple of years. There are these moments that happen, and Mike Leslie and Trayvon Diggs now have their moment.
That was funny, though.
That was hilarious. Come on, dog, keep it real. That was hilarious, bro.
On another one of my shows on Friday, we're gonna pull up the greatest Cowboy sound bites from players. So you're gonna get the fix this ish. You're gonna get the Emmitt Smith. I'm a diamond surrounded by diamond surrounded by doo doo.
Yeah.
You gonna get. There's sound bites among sound bites among sound bites. You could just take Charles Haley and do a top 25 Charles Haley.
Alone.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting when you think about
Tio's assistant. Remember that one?
I got, what is that? $36 million.
I have $36 million.
36 million reason
to be alive. Yeah.
We've had some over the years. And last night, we had another one, and it just looks bad. It looks bad for everybody that's going to continue to keep that capsulated and always play it over and over again for this team to remember their shortcomings at the most embarrassing times or when you're at your most emotional time. I know for me in my life, where some of the worst mistakes I've made is being overly emotional
100%.
About stuff.
100%.
And that's, I don't want to call Trayvon Diggs a young guy, but that's a learning lesson for him to never do that again. Because, dog, you put yourself on Front Street with that, and you don't have to. You're too good of a player to do that to yourself. You're too good of a player to let somebody like Mike Leslie get under your skin. Forget that I'm bagged up. Yeah. Forget that I'm bagged up. Forget the... Dog, you got a lot of years in this league that you're going to play, and that you're going to be a name that people are always going to put you at the top of lists when it comes down to the cornerback market. Dog, don't give nobody that satisfaction.
And it's not even his character. It's the other Diggs brother that
Come on, man.
That's what
I would assume.
You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't what Trayvon even do. So like you went way outside of your normal self to now have a viral moment in Cowboy infamy.
Yeah, that's and look, man, Mike Leslie is a dude that I work with. I work with him in football games. Do Friday Night Football with him, and that I laughed when I woke up. I didn't see it till this morning when I got up, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
That's why I think something else had to be going on, man.
It had to be breadcrumbs.
It had to be like somebody else. He got into it, and then he was just like, looked at his phone, like, you know what, and just because it's just, like you said, it's just not in his character to be like, I'm gonna sell what's on my mind. To me, frustrating game. Maybe something went down in the locker room, and then
sound like one of them, that baby mama that pissed you off.
Yeah, like I'm tired of this.
That's it. I'm going off.
As the next person, and he just happened to be the next person, man.
Dude, what we got to really get into before we go to our first break is this offense. Quickly, guys. I think something has to be said or done about where we are.
Can we stop blaming the coordinators?
Okay.
I'm not.
Can we stop that?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I've been trying to say it since we've been doing this.
So let's go. We remember before on Friday we asked what do we need to see? What stat line do we need to see? 25 of 38, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Okay, let's talk about this rushing attack. Rushing attack.
What rushing attack?
No. 19 carries for 56 yards. Okay? You're not going to be very balanced with 56 yards, all right? On the other side, for the passing game, 25 for 243 as a group, and obviously CeeDee Lamb had 13 for 146 and 2 tutties last night. But the offense to me, guys, I just want you to summarize what you saw. This looks like a complete dumpster fire live. The offensive play calling is all over the place. It's me with a joystick calling plays. There's no rhyme, there's no rhythm, there's nothing to this offense that's saying, okay, you can hang your hat on that. Barry Church, do you point your finger at 4 or do you point your finger at McCarthy? But somewhere in there is going to be the truth for 2 guys that equally share blame.
Oh, 100%. I get both of them. I don't know, 100% both of them. The play, and I'm going to let the offensive guy talk a little bit more on this subject, but from what I've seen, from the competitive part of the game, like I see the stats, 243, 2 tugs, but from the competitive part of the game, before the 49ers took their foot off the pedal defensively and started playing some prevent and all that and just letting guys wide open, that offense was anemic. There was nothing that they could do out there. Offensively, the receivers were getting no separation, and what just bothered me the most was the decision-making from one Dak Prescott. Because when you look at it, yes, he threw 2 interceptions. He could have threw another one. Warner could have had one, and Lenore the same play. If Warner didn't tip it, Lenore was right there for the interception. And this just takes me back to the year he led the league in interceptions. The decision-making, to me, he should be on this point. Yeah. And to me, he's basically adding on, like when you're scrambling, like the one interception on the sideline, I believe it was Lenore who picked it off. Mm-hmm. your man's is not open.
Yeah, not all.
Yo, just throw that away and live for another down. And he knows that. I mean, he's been playing quarterback in this league for a high level for a lot of years. And he knows more about quarterback than I'll ever know. But I know, man, you throw that thing away. He's pressing out here, throwing the ball, deep ball down the sideline. I believe it was to CD Lamb.
Turpin.
No, not the last one, the first interception.
Turpin.
That was Turpin again. The decision making, man. Maybe that's the play calling, getting guys in the right spot. Because why are you throwing a deep ball to a man that's 5'7"? Yeah. I don't understand. And a jump ball at that. To me, that's a safety's dream. You break it out. This is what the ball just lofting up in the air. He came under it like it was a punt.
Right.
So to me, it's decision making that looks god awful right now. The creativity offensively just isn't there. I mean, we're not drawing up plays where guys are just scot free like they were a year ago. And the running game, I mean, it's not coming back. Like my man said, last week on the show, there's no way this running game is ever going to be, or at least this year, what it was in years past. There's no type of balance going on with this situation. So to me, I don't know where to point the finger at exactly. But this offense right now is looking mighty pedestrian, even below pedestrian in my stand.
Jesse, Dak Prescott has 1,800 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions after 7 games.
Yeah, he's on pace to actually break his career high, 15. He's on pace right now to get 17, 18. He had 3. This is his third game. He had 2 interceptions. Third back-to-back game. He had 2 interceptions in the game. That hadn't happened since the 90s by Troy Aikman. And to Barry's point, the decision making. But I believe right now, I told you guys on Friday that I needed Michael from Pittsburgh to be in his Louis Gucci Fendi Prada Go Yard. He said, "How about this hefty? How about this trash bag? How about
30 gallons?
Not even the scented one.
No.
Not even the unscented. Not even the one. You don't even get the. You got the little pull strings on the side.
Yeah, easy.
You gotta make your own knot.
Oh, you gotta take the air out.
You gotta make your own knot, bro.
Oh, no, not the hefty.
Get this hefty.
Not the one that's stopping the leaks. Nah. Not even close. No. And when you have that type of play calling, guys don't get into what we're calling. I've been in huddles where you call a play and guys roll their eyes like, it's not this again. And for the life of me, I'm where Dak Prescott gets himself in trouble is when you go and you play zone against him. When you make him have to sift through all the reading of the zones, because the last 2 offensive coordinators that he's had, 3 really, if you count Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore, and now Michael from Pittsburgh, what ends up happening is teams are saying, we're going to rush 4, get pressure with them, drop 7, and you still running man routes. See, now you're trying to run man routes, and there's no answers for you. So now everything is, you wonder why there's no separation? You wonder why he's thrown into these tight windows? Because the guys are sitting back there saying, well, if you're going to just keep running these man beaters into this zone, we're going to be right here. And everything now is super contested. Hands are in the way. You got to throw around bodies or over bodies. And you got to try to make these difficult throws because you have so many dudes standing in the vicinity where you want to go with the football. And they've yet to incorporate the answers to these tests for Dak. And so I'm not absolving him of any blame because at the end of the day, the ball leaves his hand last, right? Like the interception to CD, dumb play, throw it out of bounds, bro. Yeah. Either tuck it and run it, throw it out of bounds. The other play to the interception to Turpin down the football field. I know that he got hit when the ball was coming. That was going to be intercepted no matter what. That safety was sitting so far back there, waiting for the very thing that they gave him. Yeah, he was intercepted anyway. And so he's pressing, and then his coach isn't helping him out because he's not drawing up plays that give him easy options, that give him answers to the tests that he's facing. And so now he's having to take educational guesses. He's got to go out there and a little bit of hopium and a little bit of a little bit of my guy maybe a little bit better than your guy. And what ends up happening, talked about it last week, the defense say we're going to play the percentages. Sure, CD going to get his. Oh, but you're going to come one too many times to CD, and we going to get you. Yeah. Oh, you're going to make one or too many mistakes, and we going to get you. Yeah, he going to get his. He's a first-team All-Pro for a reason. But you mess around and play around with it, we going to get you. And they just been getting
got him.
Hey, there is enough blame to pass around, and we got another bowl we got to fill up. And here in just a second, we got to talk about this defense. We got to talk about this defense. He's Barry Church. He's Jessie Holley. I'm Hek'ma Harrison. We'll be right back after this.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/cowboys to get started.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys! Back to the Players Lounge.
Hey parents, get ready for a spooktacular time at Little Stars presented by Nuna on Wednesday, October 30th. The free Halloween-themed event is perfect for your little pumpkins age 5 and under. Join us from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for fun activities, silly games, and lots of treats. Visit thestardistrict.com for more information. We're back in the SWBC Mortgage Studios. I'm Hek'ma Harrison. He's Barry Church.
Yes,
that's Jessie Holley. This is the Players Lounge, sponsored by Aristocrat Gaming. Newy Scruggs is in air right now. Yeah. In air, on his way back, and I'm sure he's going to have plenty to say about his trip out to the Bay Area. But, man, he going to bring that L back with him when he get here. And the defense.
You think he packed it in his Louis?
He probably did. Yeah, he packed that L. He bought it right back because he went against the sheet of integrity.
So did I, man. So did I.
Hey, the sheet of integrity.
Man, hate to see it. Hate to see it, man.
Ooh, Lord. Our defense is sending guys to the Pro Bowl right now. And if if you're looking to make your bonuses and hit those incentives and those little marks on your contract, you cannot wait to see our defense. And I'm having a hard time understanding how at the beginning of this game, it looked to me, and you guys talked about this on Friday in detail, about selling out to stop the run. Barry Church, what did you say? You said, I don't want to see you two safety high.
You're down in there, man.
Yeah, you better put your extra man down in that box. Hey, you tweeted, Zim, sell out. Put it all on the line. Whatever you do, when you wake up on Monday morning, that's that line. Bet not say what I think it said. But boy, look here. Let me look. Jock Murray Marges, and boy, that's 223 yards rushing.
6.2 average. Have you ever heard that?
I've never.
6.2.
Come on,
that's crazy,
fellas.
That's remarkable,
fellas. I'm gonna start with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with you. You're the defensive guy.
Right,
please explain to the people, Barry Church, what is happening with the defense and how is there, if there's any chance of how you make this better.
Man, look, these guys on the defensive front seven, say everybody on the defensive side of the football, man, they're not winning any semblance of any type of one-on-ones. I mean, there's a time I understand double teams, you might get pushed up out of there. But you got to have linebackers coming downhill. You don't see any of that. And you just talked about career days for people when they play against the Cowboys. I didn't even know who number 31 was, the rookie, when he came in for Mason when he got injured. Garando, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry about that. Garando. He went in there and threw 85 on us.
5th round pick.
220.
Was it a
fourth round pick?
Fourth round pick.
Yeah, we could have used that, but we gave it to.
Yeah, my boy, he's chilling on the bench right now. Yeah, he on the bench.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's
wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, because he is the Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could have been the trade.
That just. Oh, you know what?
That hurt.
What
that
makes
hurt
it
your
even
soul.
worse?
That hurt your soul, right?
I'll let you finish. But like Isaac Garando, think about it for a second. Is actually the backup to the backup.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey's your starter. He's just third string.
Third string back going out there doing you like this.
He's the backup to the backup.
And he's doing you dirty.
And honestly, had he started, the way that they ran the ball with Mason was different the way they ran the ball with Isaac.
Yeah.
Had he started, he might have hit you. Because they was trying to run old Mason kind of, east and west. They said, okay, this guy, because he runs. They told me that he did like a 4-2 or 4-3.
4-3 guy. Yeah.
So he's like, oh, we just gonna go north and south with him. And they just ran downhill. And his first 2 plays were like 15, 11.
Oh man,
can't stop it.
And the plot thickens.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's too good.
Ain't that what our man was talking about? You got to throw a fly out on Trey. I don't see a problem with it. My man's that sit here usually. I don't see no. Now we looking. My man, 4th round pick on the bench. But anyways, man, 223 yards is it's embarrassing. I mean, it's embarrassing. And this is multiple games this year that this defense just looks, I can say, god awful.
Give you another stat.
It looks terrible.
In the 4 losses. And the 3 losses leading up to this 4th loss, and the 3 losses prior to this one, the Cowboys on the running game has given up an average of 216 yards in rushing, 9 touchdowns. So you can add a 10th touchdown because Isaac scored a touchdown. And then you can add what he did and what they did. So that number would probably go up in rushing. They had 223, and 216. That average is going to look a little different. Going to be about 219, probably 218 and some change, 219 and some change.
And that's in the losses.
That's in the 4 losses.
The 4 losses. And all combined, they're averaging giving up over 170 yards.
170.
That's just, those are numbers you just don't hear. 6.2 a carry is just something you don't hear. So the running game, and that's been a problem for how many years now with the Dallas Cowboys, man? So I can't really put my finger on how do we specifically stop it, but that's been a problem. No matter who the coordinator is, that's been a problem. But when you talk about this pass defense, all right, no Ayuk, Deebo Samuel,
just
Kittle
was in the hospital a couple days ago.
Couple days ago, had to get the fluid drained from his lungs. Kittle, who by all measures is a great tight end. Do not get me wrong, he's a great tight end. But I don't want to call it coaching malpractice, but damn, you see that my man Donald, he's struggling. He cannot cover 85 at all, and part of that was technique because people that don't understand zero coverage. Zero coverage is where the defense is sending more players than the offense can block. So, and zero coverage, when you're covering a guy, you're not one of the blitzers, you have no help. All right, no help on the inside, no help on the outside. You have no help at all. So the easier throw, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're a quarterback facing zero pressure, the easiest throw is to throw it in the middle, right in the middle. Inside. That's why it's been taught since the day of time, since zero coverage has come out. When you're playing a guy in zero coverage, you're off and inside. You're expecting that rush to get there, and if he throws the football, your inside leverage right there. You can break on it, break it up, or intercept the pass. Never have I seen safeties playing off and outside versus zero coverage.
Alignment, assignment,
and
blown.
You saw it
from the beginning
multiple times, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's the player not understanding what was being taught to him, but I gotta believe it because you got Al Harris, one of the best defensive back coaches in the game. So I know he told him when you're going zero coverage, you gotta play that inside. We saw it multiple times. My man was just opening the gate. What we call opening the gate, no hands, no nothing.
Exactly.
Just letting my guy just run away from his leverage, and I can see it happening once, maybe twice, maybe. But to continuously get beat with the same mistake, and that's why I said the word of the day is exposure, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to, just fathom, because he's been in the league a while. This is not a rookie.
Right.
And you got exposed out there at the safety position. Try to switch something up. You go put hands on him. If that's the case, you can't play off coverage on the man. Go up there and put hands on him. At least jam him. At least get the quarterback's eyes off him. But he knew exactly where he was going with the football each and every time they lined up and passed the ball. And to me, that's why I say it's kind of a coach malpractice, because you help my man out.
Yeah.
Or throw somebody else on him. Or if you go on zero, chip him. Something.
Hit him.
Something.
Don't give him a free release.
This reminded me of when, y'all remember this.
Branding.
Go ahead.
I ain't even going to use that example. I'm not going to use that. My dog. I'm not going to use that example. I'm going to use the other offensive example when they had Chaz Green at the tackle.
Yeah.
And Atlanta was destroying this man for 6 sacks, but nobody wanted to put a back. Nobody wanted to put a tight end to help chip out or help the man out. I'm sitting there just watching this thing happen with Donald, and I'm like, man, help him out somehow. Right. But this defense got issues, man. They all over the board. I understand they don't got Parsons, they don't got D-Long, but that still doesn't excuse the way they performed out there on Sunday.
The problem is, and I'm looking at this, is specifically when it comes down to the tight end and the free releases, two-way goals that you're giving these guys. And it was the second half. If we took 2 games, we separated the first half, it looked as though Zim was saying, I'm going to sell my soul to stop the run. 6 guys at the line of scrimmage, all those things that Collinsworth was talking about. But then, as people say, football is a game of adjustments. Shanahan made the adjustment. Now, I watch football, guys, as just my broadcaster's eye. I watch football from the inside out. I'm watching because it all starts kind of in the trenches, and it just kind of makes its way out, and it's easier to follow it that way instead of the outside in. Your defensive line is not giving you anything by way of a rush. Now, you, as being a former safety, you understand zero coverage means that we only have so much time with this. So there's a clock going off in your head saying that by now there needs to be pressure on this guy. Where was that?
But my man wasn't even close. I could see, if he was a step there and he reached, but Kittle made a great grab. But I'm not trying to
give him an excuse at all.
It's confusing me because even on the pick play, you in zero, you got to be on different levels.
Yeah, can't be that close.
That's 101. If they run this slant straight to the flat combo, you've got to know you got to be on different. It was like the guys just didn't understand. And it was, man, it's confusing.
Yeah.
It's confusing, man.
Jesse?
To Barry's point, when you even talk about Al Harris, if you know the history of Al Harris, one of the best man corners to ever play the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So man principles, Al was teaching proper man principles because he spent a large majority of his career in man coverage. So he gets it, he understands it, how to play the leverage, how to put the hands on them, down and distance, splits and cuts and all that other kind of stuff. So that he was taught. That I feel like that it was being taught. Mm-hmm. It's being taught.
Oh, 100%.
The other stat that I gave you guys last week when you talked about loading the box, right? And having more guys in the box. And this is, I'm going to say this and then the next thing kind of helps with this. The Cowboys were 4th in the league at loading the box. So in the total number in the league, they're 4th in loading the box.
What are they giving up?
Here it comes. Meaning, for the fans that don't know what loading the box means, it means that they have more guys between the defensive linemen and the linebackers in that box area than the offense has to block, right? So they're loading that box with more men. The Cowboys are 4th in the league with that. But the Cowboys also give up 52% success rate when running the ball when they have a loaded box. And what they deem success is 4 yards or more. So in a loaded box, 52% of the time, the Cowboys defensively are giving up at least 4 yards when they have more guys there than you can actually block. that goes to show you just how bad this defensive front is.
That is crazy.
And when you see it, right, like this, there's little things that happen in the game that some people pay attention, some people don't pay attention to. But the cool thing that they do in these, Sunday night, Monday night football games, your face pops up and you get to say your name and where you're from. And then now, because Collinsworth and his affiliation with PFF and all that kind of stuff, they get to put your rankings up there. And it got to the defense. And it got to the one spot where you really needed help at. And this is not me piling on, but it goes Mozzie Smith.
I seen that.
University of Michigan, or Michigan University. And then on the side, it has PFF ranking. And then it has 119 of 119.
Dead last.
He's the worst defensive tackle, according to PFF, in the entire National Football League.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So even when you get the pressure or try to create the pressure and manufacture the pressure, the offensive line is not put with a threat because even the one-on-one blocks are not winning. So they're just mushing it all up, and Brock Purdy was just back there picking you apart. And the other part of that, and this is where the coaching malpractice comes in for me.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming off a bye.
Yep. 2 weeks to prepare.
You had 2 weeks. You had 2 weeks. Leading up to that game, you knew Christian McCaffrey wasn't going to play. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You knew Brandon Ayuk wasn't going to play. Mm-hmm. You thought to yourself, maybe Debo will play, but pneumonia, fluid on the lungs, he's probably not going to be 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Jawan Jennings, not going to play.
Nope.
You had to say to yourself, yes, we got to stop the run. I cannot let this tight end. Like, Kittle's not a name that you just forgot about.
No.
He's arguably the top. He's arguably the top 2 or 3 tight end in the National Football League.
Yeah.
And not only is that, he's also put belt to tail on y'all season after season after season.
Several times.
Yeah. So how can you think in your coaching mind, and this is where I'm getting a little bit off on Michael from Illinois, okay? Michael Zimmer from Illinois, is you said a couple of weeks ago that you panicked in the game. You said that.
Yeah.
You verbally said that into a microphone in front of people publicly.
Admitted it.
Mm-hmm.
You know your roster. You know that out of your entire defensive back group, out of the entire group, that number 6 is the worst cover guy in that group.
Yeah.
And you thought in your conscious mind that, hey, we're going to go zero coverage, and I'm going to take number 6.
Put him on here.
And put him on number 85. That's the coaching malpractice for me, and those are unforgivable things. I get to a point now, I know we got to go, I can't even blame Dono anymore. He can't do it.
Yeah.
You're asking him to do something that he physically cannot do.
But he gotta show something, man.
Physically cannot. When has he been able to cover?
At least do the technique right.
I'll give you that. I'll give you. But at some point in time,
up for failure.
At some point in time, you gotta say, yo, you should have been like, you know what, hey, yo, listen, when we go zero coverage, hey, yo, you go inside here, Jordan Lewis, you go over here, something. Something. Booth.
Hooker, get down here. I'm going to go in the middle of the field.
Right. Or if not.
Scratch him.
Or if not, hey, Wanye, come on. Marquise Bell, come on. Like, we're at a point now, and I know that he's going to make a lot of money this year, around $7 million, whatever the money making. We're past the point. You got to start putting guys on the bench now. Like, we got to stop looking at the money and start putting guys on the bench.
Look, this is a ugly loss, man. I said it. It's a lot of blame to pass around, but what we're going to do, we're going to scrounge up all the hopium we have left, because we got to leave here on the positive note.
Hopium.
I'm just going to leave.
Okay, so we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. We're going to take our last break, and we'll be right back. This is the Players Lounge.
Hey, Danny McCray here for Smoothie King. You know every great workout deserves a great reward. So treat yourself right with new coconut smoothie bowls. Made with real fruit, crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, creamy coconut, and topped with the chocolate hazelnut or honey drizzle. With 2 new flavors, it's perfect for you and the workout buddy. So you both can stay on track even after you leave the track. Scoop up new coconut smoothie bowls only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2024 NFL season, Boss teamed up with the Cowboys and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection. The Boss Cowboys collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Arriving just in time for the start of the season, the distinctive attire from the latest Boss Cowboys expansion offers sports aficionados and true bosses the chance to show their team spirit and style. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express addition of cooked-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane's sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Head to AT&T Stadium to experience Rally Days presented by SeatGeek on Saturday, November 9th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get ready to cheer on the Dallas Cowboys with tours of AT&T Stadium, autographs from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, ticket giveaways, games, and more. Visit AT&T Stadium/Rally Days to get your tickets today. The last segment of the Players Lounge is going down. Newy Scruggs will be back tomorrow as he travels back from the Bay. Cowboys lose 30-24, and the score is not indicative of what the entire game looked like. Guys, I said, if we could please, Jessie Holley, Barry Church, leave up out of here with something positive. The Cowboys are 3-4. I asked you to go deep into your satchel, like you're looking for Granny's peppermint at church.
The little strawberry candy.
Yeah, if you can find it deep in there, baby.
Shout out to the Werther's Originals.
You know what I'm talking about. Jesse, give me something positive, man. If you can find it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. That's fine. I'm not asking for an impossible. Don't lie to me. Make it sound fly to me. Just tell me.
My grandmother always said, if you ain't never got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing. Nothing. Barry?
Jordan Lewis is playing well on the slide.
I mean, shout out to Jordan Lewis. I like Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, that's about it, big dog. I ain't gonna lie. That's about it, man.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm not even.
That's about it, man.
All the positivity that I had coming to this season.
You're Mr. Cowboy positive.
Yeah, no, for sure. It showed me against Detroit. I saw it against Detroit, and that's why I said, "Oh no." I know that. I haven't seen that butt whooping before. I know. When they say don't go around there messing with the older kids. I done seen that butt whooping before, and I know I don't want no parts of that. And I know who can bring those butt whippings. Man, look, I don't have anything either, so I ain't gonna hold you. I thought y'all had something. Hey man, it's the Players Lounge. We did our thing today. Jessie Holley, thank you for coming in, sitting down with us, man. BC in the place to be as always. We'll be back tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!